Update on the overall market for 622. So we've gotten a pretty good bounce from the bottom on June 17th. My last video, I kind of said that was pretty much going to be the bottom, in my opinion, and we've gotten a great bounce. Actually, it's been, if you do the math, about 4.5% bounce, which is a pretty good bounce in this market. So the question is, where are we at in the chart now? And I personally think that this is just the beginning of the bounce. We have the dollar that I think is going to go down to like 101 still. I still think it has a ways to go. And I think there's a possibility this is only a first wave for SPY of the overall A wave. So we have, it started on the 17th. And so we'll see if this is a first wave. We'd be looking for something like 389 after a second wave, and then probably something like, let's go ahead and do it actually. Let's say a second wave. Let's say a second wave pulls back to 370. Then we go 370 to 389. Pull back to maybe 384, 385. That would take us to, that's close enough. That would take us to right around 400. That's kind of, or it could be less than that too, but anywhere between 389 and 400 for a first A wave. So let's just say that happens within the next, maybe like first week of July, we get to 400. Let's say around the 4th of July. And we get an A wave here. And then we get a pullback for the B wave. So we go this area. Let's say we pull back to 384 to 380, somewhere in that range. And that takes us to, I don't know, mid-July maybe. And then we get a C wave up to this line right here. This line right here is halfway. Let me zoom out and show you. Is a parallel line that I've used. I cloned it from these two lines and put it in the middle because sometimes we'll stop in the middle part instead of going all the way to the full wave, and I think that makes sense in this case. You got to remember too that this wave right here was a B wave within this Y wave, and so it didn't really take that long. It only went from May 12th to, it went about 18 days. We are now in a X wave according to my calculations, and this one took a little over a month. And so we're here right here at June 21st. And like I've been saying for the last couple of videos, I expected this to end in early August, the bounce. And it's looking like it's right on track for that, actually. But then again, you can look at this X wave. How high did it go after this move right here? Let's look at the retracements now. It went almost, pretty much exactly between the 0.61 and the 0.78 fibs. Where is that on this move now? That's way higher, around here at 432, 433, something like that. I personally don't think it's going to go that high. It could, but I think the more logical place for it to go is basically just come up here and maybe do a double top with this B wave. Maybe even just come down here to like 407, 408. Anywhere between 400 to 415 is pretty much my target. You got to remember too, these moves take a while to play out. Like this took over a month. And so you see people that are already calling for shorting it. It's going to go down now. I think that they are going to be surprised how high it goes. So I would be looking out for anywhere from mid-July to the end of July, early August, something like that, to finish this X wave. If we did go to the end of, or the start of August, maybe something like up here, down, and then finish right around in here. Maybe only 404. But then another way to look at this too is you can look at this like a 5-wave move. The reason why is because this went past the 1.61 fib. And so then we can also look, where does the third wave, if it goes past the 1.61 fib, it usually only pulls back to the 0.23 fib, which that's only 385. I still think that's a little bit short, but where is the 0.38? Right at 400. And so I would lean towards saying we're going to be going to either the high 390s to 400, 405 is the most likely. On the high side, 415. On the low side, maybe 387 to 390. But this bounce is going to take a while. So it's a good thing too, for me at least. I kind of want a little relief here before we get this final leg down, so I can increase my cash position. So if we do make this final leg down, I'll have money to buy the dip, because for pretty much everybody, if you think about it, they've probably been using all their cash up on this long drawn out move for now 6 months, almost 7 months, and they probably don't have cash to buy the dip on any of their favorite stocks. A lot of people are taking cash out of the market to buy groceries and rent, all that kind of stuff. So this move is killing a lot of people in the market, and cash is going to be very important to have when we make this move down here. So yeah, right now it's kind of hard to say. On the 2-hour time frame, it looks like a first wave. And if this is a first wave only, then we would be looking for a 5-wave move up all the way to like 395, maybe 390 to 400, and then a pullback, and then the final C wave up here to X, maybe in the low 400s. But it's kind of hard to tell at this point, but it's just kind of, I just don't see this being the A wave, pullback B wave, and then C wave right here. Could be, but because this is actually a full wave, as in it's the X wave, it's going to last longer than most people think. This is only a B wave within the Y wave. We're doing a full X wave here. This is going to take a little bit longer. So get ready for a bounce. Some of the stocks haven't bounced yet. I think that they will as the dollar starts falling a little bit more and we start getting a higher move up in the overall market. I think you're going to see some growth stocks bounce maybe 30%, 20 to 30%, something like that. And then they're probably going to take the lowest leg they've taken so far going into September. So get ready, but I'll give you an update here in the next couple of days. I think that it's kind of hard. It's pretty early to kind of tell where exactly we're going to go, but I think by next week sometime, we should probably be pretty clear on what kind of move it's going to do, and then exact price targets. So in summary, I would say anywhere from 390 to 410 is kind of my target. So anywhere from, let's see where 390 is at, right here, maybe all the way to here, maybe double top in here too. But that's on the high side. So let's put this X out here for August. That's kind of my target right there. I'm going to say 404 by August 2nd. And we'll see how close that prediction comes. But I'm pretty confident in it. We'll see. Anyway, I'll give some more updates on growth stocks. I'm not going to really go over the dollar. Dollar should be falling here soon. Yields went down a little bit. But I'll update you here at the end of the week.